Shalom, shalom. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from, and shalom to the hopefully elect men, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahushai. This is your brother, Radah, which is a really quick, a little small expose on this guy, Ringo TV. Listen to this.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ringo TV Reactions. I have a very important video to talk about. This particular video is titled, Why I'm No Longer a Hebrew Israelite.
There's no reason. That's all we need to hear. You can see him. He's a so-called Jake. He's got his long dreads. I don't know much about this guy, but a few months back, about a year ago, he was going in on the bug out Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow is another Hebrew Israelite that does not teach the correct doctrine. He doesn't teach the correct name, and as a result, his understanding is completely destroyed. He has absolutely no clue. He believes that the Gentiles, he doesn't understand the mystery of the Gentiles, and as a result, he thinks Edomites can serve in the temple alongside Hebrew Israelites. As long as they acknowledge us, it's all twisted. This guy was going in on Pastor Dow about a year ago, and I was trying to find the video, and I couldn't find it, but he was being extremely carnal. So Pastor Dow committed adultery, right? Took some chicks here. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Just I don't want you guys to take my word for it. I want you to see this stuff. So we got to point these boneheads out, man. Let me see. Let me try this real quick. Let me go into my. See, that's when I first saw it, when the elder apostle. Okay, so this is one of them.
Telling Dow.
This guy is giving his testimony. He used to be at Pastor Dow's church, and Ringo. You see the views he gets. 33,000 views. He gets a lot of views. So this was one of his videos, right? This video is just this guy talking. Just this dude. This Israelite dude talking about all the stuff that he saw Pastor Dow doing, I think with his wife and other guys' wives. The whole thing's a mess. And this is another one.
Got grown men watching my hair. Grown men looking at me and lusting. And these guys have wives. Hey. It is what it is, man. So
you can see this whole thing, right? This was him talking about, I guess, after he was exposing, talking about Pastor Dow's adultery. Pastor Dow threatened him. And it's just, this dude, this guy wants to be a talk show host. So yeah, a lot of other brothers are, I guess, the brother right here, GMS, Kwayala. I listen to him a lot too. He's funny. Talking about him. But my thing was this gentleman, and I wanted to find that video, but I can't. I don't know where it's at. But he was getting very carnal in the description of the adultery that took place between Pastor Dow and one of the women of his congregation that was already married to another man. And I remember thinking, damn, man, that's kind of, he kept talking about the genitalia of Pastor Dow going in to this wife, to the woman that he committed adultery with. And the first time I laughed, but then he said it again, and then he said it again, and then he said, and he kept saying it, and then it started getting uncomfortable. I was like, wait a minute, man, this is kind of, and he would change his voice. He would say, deep, heavy meat. He's given this guy's wife deep, heavy meat. And he was, for an hour, he kept, and I was just like, damn, that's kind of twisted, like, I remember leaving a comment like, bro, you're supposed to expose the transgression, not turn it into like a carnal description. So what I want to do is I just want to show I want to pull a precept when King David was caught in adultery. And at no attempt to accuse King David or to shame him, but to show that when he did fall, the prophet Nathan, the prophet Nathan. Let me see, the prophet Nathan confronts David. So look at this, okay? So this is a confrontation of sin, right? So this is the prophet David coming, the prophet Nathan Salakia coming to the very famous and very powerful King David, right? But second, so I don't want to pull it. Let me see if this. Yeah, we can use this one. So look, so Nathan confronts David, right? So the Lord sent Nathan to David. Nathan came to him and said, I hate these. Get this X out of here. Get this out of here. There were two men in a certain city. One was rich and the other was poor. The rich man had a very large number of sheep and cows, but the poor man had only one little female lamb that he had brought. He raised her, and she grew up in his home with his children. She would eat his food and drink from his cup. She rested in his arms and was like a daughter. Now a visitor came to the rich man, and the rich man thought it would be a pity to take one of his own sheep or cattle to prepare a meal for the traveler. So he took the poor man's lamb and prepared her for the traveler. David burned in his anger against the man and solemnly swore, as Yahweh lives, he said to Nathan, the man who did this certainly deserves to die, and he must pay back 4 times the price of the lamb, because he did this and had no pity. And then Nathan said, you are the man. Nathan told David, this is what Yahweh, the power of Yasharallah, says. I anointed you king over Israel and rescued you from Saul. I gave you your master Saul's house and his wives. I gave you the house of Yasharallah in Judah. And if this weren't enough, I would have given you even more. Why did you despise my word by doing what I considered evil? You had Uriah the Hittite killed in battle. You took his wife as your wife. You used the Amorites to kill him, so warfare will never leave your house, because you despised me and took the wife of Uriah the Hittite to your wife. This is what the Lord says. I will, and so the judgment goes on, and David repents. Even the Psalms, I believe Psalms 51 is written out of this. It's a really beautiful psalm. David repents, and I believe even later, one of the children that Solomon comes to this marriage. You know, Yahweh kills the first baby. David fasts, and that baby gets taken. That child gets taken. But the second child that comes through this union is King Solomon. And there's another child, I believe, that is born, a few more. And one of them, I believe, David even names that boy Nathan in honor of this prophet. Just David repented, right? It was a really horrible scene. Not cool, but the mercies, Yahweh, and the mercy that he had on David, David's mercies, he had mercy on him. You know, he didn't kill him, and David didn't respond weird, and the prophet Nathan didn't get all weird and carnal and pornographic in his description of what happened between him and David. Okay, starting in verse 4. Now a visitor came to the rich man. The rich man thought it would be a pity to take one of his own sheep or cattle to prepare a meal for the traveler, so he took the poor man's lamb and prepared her for the traveler. That's all. It's a parable. It's covered. It has to be explained, right? It has to be opened up. Verse 4 is going into what took place between David and Bathsheba. It doesn't need to be graphic. It doesn't need to be, photos of naked. It doesn't need to be, rod pics and all kinds of twisted shit. It don't need to be that. Well, this dude, when he was talking in his video about Pastor Dow, and I'm not defending Pastor Dow. Pastor Dow is a fucking bug out. But that's a 2/3. That's the dude right there with the white hat. That's a 2/3 nigga, man. He's completely gone. He's gonna be destroyed. But so is this fool. So is this guy.
We're gonna get up on.
He was describing what was going on. He was sensationalizing it. Why? Because he wants views. Okay, he wants views. He was going into a very soap opera-like, a very Hollywood-like, a very talk show-like description of a very shameful thing that took place between a man and another man's wife. And when he would describe it, he would say like this. His voice would get real deep, and he would say, and he's giving her deep, heavy meat. That's how he was describing it, bro. Going into the size of and the penetration of the dude's rod into the woman's body. He did the first time he did it, I laughed. But then he said it again, and then he said it again, and then he said it again, and then my spirit began to burn. I was like, wait a minute, bro. This ain't right, bro. Because I was just listening in on what was happening with Pastor Dow's whatever camp, and how it was just falling apart. And I was like, man, this dude he's exposing something that happened amongst the Israelites, but he's doing it in a really twisted way. So today I was watching, of course, lessons, and Elder Apostle Tahar, the head prophet, the head elder, bless him, of GMS, was doing a lesson on him. Let me see. Let me find it. I think I just passed it. Hold on, Salakia. Let me see. Boom, boom. Okay, right. So this is the video he was doing. Let me see if I want to pull up Elder Apostle Tahar's. I want to pull up him. Here we go. This is it. So look.
More I identify as an Israelite, it seemed as though the more people categorize me, to the point where it's like I'm unable.
So I saw this, and the first thing I thought, you guys, I'm listening to this clown talk about, I'm going to let it play. I'm going to go on his channel and let it play, but this is who I first heard it. And you can see already, Elder Yasharam is already commenting, and it's this brother right here, Elder Apostle, the beloved Elder Yasharam, him and Elder Manat Dazatba, man. Good Lord, bro. When these men came up in my algorithms years ago, I'm going to tell you right now, it was a wrap. They were the face of GMS for me. And then I got into Elder Apostle Tahar and Elder Apostle Gabar and Elder Apostle Ramlam and all the other beloved brothers of this camp. And now I'm not an official member, but I stand on the other side of the camera. I stand on the other side, of the line in Atlanta, and I'm submitted to these guys. This camp is who I learned from. I follow this camp. If I never make it into GMS, it doesn't matter. I'm always going to listen to these guys. I will never stop. You cannot ever. No one cannot stop me until it's the famine of the word. I know now. I know that GMS has 100% truth, and any affiliate camp that's not GMS that teaches the same doctrine, they have the 100% truth. Everybody else is bugged the fuck out, bro. I know this. There's no way. But I saw this, and my thought was, this dude is going in how he don't want to call himself an Israelite no more. He was bugged out from the start because of the way. And I remember that him describing Pastor Tahar, Salaki,
Hebrew Israelite.
What's his name? This bug out right here, Pastor Dow's adultery. The way he was explaining it showed me, like, dude, you're even doing it wrong. Like, what Pastor Dow did is wrong, and that's wicked, and he's going to pay for that. But the way this dude was bringing it out, it was all wicked, man. So listen to this dude. I'm going to let him talk for a little bit. But you can tell he loves the world. He wants
Very important video.
He wants to be accepted by the world.
And I think that it's time that I make this video. Maybe you'll find yourself in this video. Maybe you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. In 1995, I could recall it was a time when the job that I was working at, they were pretty much closing down. It pretty much had its run. A popular barbershop I was working at in Brooklyn.
Old Spice Super Hydration keeps me 24/7 moisturized and
It's one popular barbershop I was working at in Brooklyn.
Look at some of the comments, man. Look at this shit. This is always an indicator too. You can always tell the level of understanding, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and the type of spirit that the actual person of the channel has by the way that people comment in his comments. And I learned that from GMS. Look at this bonehead. Because of you just gained a subscriber. Look at this guy though, and he's still off. But look what he says: "How are you no longer an Israelite? That's like saying you're no longer black. And I'm not talking about no camp. This ain't something you join. This is something you are. No longer. Let me see. No longer an Israelite." He's laughing. "My people destroyed for lack of knowledge. All praise to Yahuwah, who strength this day." And that guy's got the wrong name. Look at this girl. Look at this. This Jake woman. "Beautiful content, Ringo. Appreciate your transparency and leadership." What? So many points hit on transitioning away from religion. Overcoming brainwashing is a challenge, but it is so worth it when absorbing truth and discovering who we are. What is she even fucking talking about? "I'm not religious. I don't fellowship with camps, churches, synagogues, or groups. I'm Jew by blood. It's my nationality, culture, and heritage." Another bug out. Look at this, dude. "Hallelujah, the opening of the eyes." What the fuck are you talking about? Good Lord. Look, spirituality before religion. I remember when I first subscribed to your channel, I said in the chat, I'm thinking super chat, I said the Most High led me to this channel. I've been a subscriber ever since and always will be. What the fuck are you? Dude, so I'm going to let some of this play and then I'm going to turn. This ain't even really be a lesson. It's just, our people don't know, man.
And I can recall going home and I began flipping through the screen, flipping through the channels. And I can recall a preacher was on. And he said, if you were to die, where would you spend eternity?
And we already know, because of reincarnation, judgment takes place under the sun. See, this dude's... God.
And I said to myself, well, I'm going to make it to the kingdom because I'm a good person. And he said, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, you're not going to make it. So I'm like, okay, let me figure out what he got to say.
And we know that the name of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh Shai, not Jesus. And we know that the name of his father is Yahweh, not Jehovah. See, this dude, man, I haven't listened to this whole video, just the one that Elder Apostle Tahar did. This dude's fucking gone, bro.
You know? And it kind of got me upset in a way because the way he said it. So I kind of flipped the channels, watched something else. I think The Honeymooner was on or something along those lines. It was late night. And I was kind of curious as to what he was going to say. So I said, you know what, I don't want to miss it. Let me flip back the channel. So I kind of flipped back the channel. And he began to go through, okay, what you got to do, this, that, all of the other stuff. And from that day, I was continuing listening to this preacher. And it became a habit. I would always listen to this preacher. And I was intrigued by the lessons that he was talking about. And by the way, that particular pastor is Creflo Dollar, right? Now, this is back in 95. I'm
going to fast forward it some.
More. Something. Looks like someone's... Why I'm not a Christian anymore. Something along them lines. A testimony video. And I went through the whole testimony of becoming a Christian all the way to being an awakened biblical Israelite. And in my transition, I had to undo a lot of the stuff that I learned in Christianity. Because Because even though I was awakened to the biblical truth of who I am based on bloodline, I also noticed that I was struggling with Christianity at the same time. That's why I say from 2005 to 2006, I was in a transitional phase.
I'm gonna fast forward some.
Man is. But it never resorted to violence. It never resorted to people lying on you. It never resorted to these things. But now in the Israelite community, it has been very, very disgusting. Like my experiences, and not just my experiences, I've seen other people experience things. I noticed that in the Israelite community, if somebody's in sin, let's say somebody was caught in sin, the Israelite community don't restore a brother, they condemn a brother. And they'll make video after video after video to condemn the brother in their...
Sounds like he's talking about GMS because we're the only ones that do that. I mean, not we are, because I'm not an official member, but I'm in agreement with GMS. So, and I'm doing it right now, but it sounds like he's talking about GMS.
Sin. And it becomes entertainment to see that brother down. For example, let's say, for example, a brother got caught in some questionable alternative lifestyle situations. What I've seen from the Israelite community is them making fun of men like...
So basically, this guy has his own righteousness. He's a higher version of reality when it comes to righteousness than the Israelites. I'm going to stop it from here, and I'm just going to go to Elder Apostle Tahar's video because it's more condensed. This is 45 minutes. Yeah, see, Elder Apostle Elder Apostle Tahar Salakia. He has it right here. Listen to this clown.
The more I identify as an Israelite, it seemed as though the more people categorize me to the point where it's like I'm unable to excel because once you claim you're an Israelite, some people just don't even want to deal with you just because. And sometimes I'm wondering why this is not working or why that's not working.
And what did Yahushua say? That they will hate you because they hated me, right? So this dude's completely fucked up, man. So this, I mean, we're just gonna be super easy. If they hate you, let me see. Yeah, the word. Look. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. So what's he bitching about?
It's because
you're going to be hated. As the scriptures say, Matthew 10 says that if they hated the master, will he not also hate you?
Damn.
So, you know, you're supposed to be hated as an Israelite, especially if you're claiming to be a prophet. So it's obvious that he doesn't understand his truth. Some water went down the wrong pipe. He doesn't understand his truth. And because once you're an Israelite, you can't reverse it. Because you were an Israelite before you was an Israelite, you just wasn't aware of it. You know, there's the majority of our people, they'll say that they're not Israelites, but they're still Israelites. They're just not aware of it.
You're identifying
fair use.
As something that actually...
So he didn't come through the straight gate. He didn't come through the door. St. John chapter 10. He didn't hear the voice of the Lord. Or he would have joined one of the major camps. He would have really joined if he was truly one of the elect. He would have joined GMS.
Right there. So he's an Israelite. He's just a 2/3. That's all it is. Yahushua is not with him. That's why this is happening. So he's confused. Oh, I'm not an Israelite anymore. Nigga, you can't change what you are, Ken. Let's get that. Can the leopard change his spots? No. Can the Ethiopian change his skin? No. You cannot change your nationality. Can the leopard? Leopard. It's leopard, Holmes. It's leopard. Am I spelling it right? No. It's leopard. Remember Dave Chappelle? It's leopard. It's leopard. Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Or the leopard his spots? The answer is no, you guys. Then may ye also do good that are accursed them to do evil. And then so we're going to do the 2/3 real quick, and then I'm going to be done. And I'm going to show you my comment on the comment board. 2 parts. 2 parts. 2 parts shall be. Let me see. That's yeah. And it shall come to pass. Here you go. It shall come. Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the lands, talking about the Israelites, all to the 4 corners of the earth, which is this guy is one of those 2 parts. Saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. And what will happen to the 3rd? And I will bring the 3rd. We're going to go through Jacob's trouble. That's going to be the fire. That's going to be the refining process. Some of us will be martyred. Some of us will make it all the way to the end, and we'll get beamed up. Both get beamed up. The martyrs just get beamed up from the throne, and the ones that don't get martyred get beamed up from actually the ground here on earth. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. This is the trying time that will come upon the whole earth. Those who keep the patience of his word, he will keep us, okay? They shall call on my name, Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, not Jesus, not Yahusha, not Christ. And I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my God, my power. Okay? That's what happened. Look, this is what I said. I went in here because I had the comment. And this was my comment because I was thinking about this, and I said, I got James 4:4, Luke 9:26, and I said a comment. James 4:4, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Because he goes in talking about how the more I call myself an Israelite, the more people reject me, the more opportunities I lose. I don't get any opportunities, and people reject me because I'm an Israelite. Oh, fucking bitch, man. They're not supposed to be our friends, man. Ye adulteresses and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship with the world is enmity with the power? Whosoever therefore shall be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Luke 9:26. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed. You're ashamed to be an Israelite because you're not getting accepted? Golly, that guy's going to take the mark for sure. When he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's, and him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory. You don't want that. And his Father, at least I don't, and of the holy angels. And I said right here. Also, Psalms 83 proves that we have no friends among the nations. We cannot be friends with these people, and they cannot be friends with us. We are scheduled to be the rulers of the entire universe under Yahushua and King David in the near future forever. And the jealousy and the envy and the hatred is in the DNA of all these nations while they are under Esau Edom. It will be transitioned once they go through their punishment, and when Yahushua comes and destroys Esau Edom from power, that vibration will leave, right? And Yahushua's vibration will go out the entire universe, and they will be subdued and made to serve their punishment, the balance, for 1,000 years. When, at the end of that 1,000 years, Esau will be completely eviscerated, burned the fuck up, and removed forever. And then the nations, the remaining 18 nations, or 60 nations, Salakia, will be allowed to establish their kingdoms underneath Yahushua's, as 144 in King David are ruling, and they will serve the Israelites, right? And learn the statutes, the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, and they will know this is the right way. And they won't be fucking all weirded out anymore. But right now, we're not trying to be getting their acceptance because we're their future rulers, man. We're their future freaking punishers. So this guy is just being exposed for what the fuck he is.
Very, very hateful in the community, right? never really thought of that. I never really thought of how that impacts me as a man. That just by identifying as a Hebrew Israelite, it places me in a category where doors are literally closed just because of what I identify as.
Yeah, because it's hate, your honest.
God damn, bro. Like, why do you need those doors open? Do you see what's wrong with everything that guy's saying, man? I need these doors to be, I need opportunity. This nigga is for sure gonna get the mark of the beast, man. He's whining about the doors. Now there's no opportunity. We are not in our rulership. This is not our rest. We are in God damn. We're in captivity right now, right? We have no dominion over our women. Esau, Edom is the strength of our women and everybody else's women on the planet fucking Earth because of his rulership and his fucking philosophy. Just did a lesson about it earlier today, man. We have no dominion right now. We're in captivity. We're being punished. We're not free to run around the way we want to. We're not in rulership. But anyway, it's just mind-blowing. See, and that is the water. This is, I thank Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai Tawada for giving me pastors. Man, bro. And this is GMS, you guys. This is GMS. I will give you pastors. Man, bro. Because you can hear that guy. He's got no understanding. He has absolute, and because he doesn't have any understanding, he's now fading out and thinking he can say on TV or he can say on YouTube, I'm no longer an Hebrew Israelite. You dumb motherfucker. You can't change your DNA, Negro. Jeremiah 3:15, and I will give you pastors according to my lob, my heart, my mind, which will feed you with knowledge and understanding. And when you get the knowledge and understanding, you don't have reactions like this, the doors being closed because you're an Israelite. You understand it because Psalms 83 says what? Everybody is our fucking enemy. They're all our enemies, man. Every single one of them motherfuckers, bro. They're our enemies. They're not our friends. Psalms 83. And see, you learn this doctrine and you come into the truth. Because the elders and apostles of the great millstone and all the other men that are under them are teaching this new song, this truth. And it starts to make sense over time. And then you're able to stand, and not freak out. Look at this, a Song of Psalms of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And how have they lifted up the head? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Because they hate Yahweh, because they hate Yahweh Shai, the automatic default is that they're going to hate his people on the planet Earth. There's no getting this. So that means doors are going to be shut. As long as we are in captivity, see, we have to be in rulership. When you are the chosen of the Most High, when you are the redeemed of the blood of Yahweh Shai, when you're the bride of Yahweh, when you're the hopefully elect, there's two positions in this reality. You're either going to be in captivity, being chastised for past transgressions by Yahweh, using the heathen and the wicked to do so, and then you're going to be redeemed and placed back into rulership, and then those nations are going to be placed under your feet. There's no equality. There's no fucking neutralism. It's one or the other, man. And right now we are in our punishment. We are in the affliction of Zion. And that's what this fucker doesn't understand, man. He's not, because he's too busy trying to be a fucking talk show host instead of a prophet. Verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Those aren't friends, dude. This is all the nations. Going to name them by name. That the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. We don't have any friends, you guys. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. There. Confederate means it goes into it's pretty powerful, man. Look at this shit. Confederate. 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 Confederacy. Confederate. To unite in a league or an alliance. To unite by a league. With, together. A league from, to trust, confide, persuade. And that's the nations against us. This has not been broken. This is still going on. With the elites of every nation, they are confederate against us, you guys. The tabernacle, and look how it starts off. For verse 5 again, look at this. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And because they're confederate against Yahweh, they're confederate against Yahweh Shai. This goes into the covering of the faces of the judges. This goes into the blasphemy that's been spoken about, the chariots. This is why they talk shit about the UFOs, man. This is why they make them look like aliens and call them names and say that we don't know what they are and they're UFOs and they're spooky and they've made all these movies about them. This is why they've painted Yahweh as an old little fucking crusty white man and shown Yahweh Shai as a long-haired white boy with a robe. He loves everybody. All of that, and then the same shit they've done about us with the bywords and shit, it all comes from right here. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the book of Kishon, which perished by Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. We don't like them like they don't like us, you guys. And like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zeba and as Zamunah, who said, look at this part, let us take to ourselves the houses of power in possession. Let us possess the tents. Let us take the tribes. Let us take their inheritance. Let us take their identification. Let us become them and they can be us. You know, fuck these people, man. And this motherfucker right here, because he don't understand, because he was too busy trying to be a talk show host, using his Israelite identity to be a talk show host. Over time, he began to love the acceptance of men and desire the acceptance of our enemies. And he's wore out. Now he's like, I've only been awake for a couple years. I want to go back to sleep. I want to go back into the matrix. I want to be disconnected. I don't want to be awake. Because he doesn't have the understanding. He doesn't understand the precepts, man. Fucking lame as fuck. I mean, it makes you mad when you just like, you little motherfucker. But he wasn't shit anyways, man. Fuck this guy, bro.
Johanna said, we didn't, before Tar and GMS. So
little fucking punk ass. Look, all the extra, my long hair. It just makes me mad, man. I'm done. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I don't apologize for cussing. Fuck that dude. I don't. I give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles from whom I learn from, and shalom to the hope elect taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yahshua to the marriage supper of the Lamb who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah. Shalom.